Hi guys, Jana from HalloGermany here. I uploaded an Anabin step-by-step guide on our HalloGermany YouTube channel a few weeks ago, and you guys have sent us a lot of questions via email and also commented a lot on the video. And there are a few questions that I come across very often, and that's why I have decided to answer them in this video, because I know that the whole thing with Anabin excerpts and requirements is very confusing, and also the Anabin database in general is very difficult to handle, right? I'm also going to explain to you how you can get the statement of comparability a bit faster if you are an EU Blue Card applicant and if it turns out that the Anabin excerpt you have is not sufficient. So let's take a look at the first question I have picked. The first question is by Edgar, and Edgar is asking what to do if the university appears as rated with H+, and the degree is also listed, but there is no rating mentioned under the degree. I know that this is something a lot of you struggle with, and that's also why I picked this question. The general regulations say that your degree has to be rated as equivalent to a German degree. That's the general regulation, the general outline. Now, what I would recommend you to do would be to take a very detailed look at the document checklist you have received or you found on the local embassy website, for instance, and then, take a very thorough look, because usually at the point where it mentions Anabin excerpts, it also mentions what exactly it has to say on these Anabin excerpts. That's always the first step I would take, and then, of course, that is something you should follow. Now, if you can't find any information about what exactly it has to say on the Anabin excerpts, then it's of course a bit tricky. My experience has been that, especially for EU Blue Card applications, in many cases it was also sufficient to have a classification of the degree as A3 or higher. And the classification is something different than the rating, right? So the classification tells us something about the length of the study program. And if the length was 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, then the chances of this degree being recognized in Germany are very high. And that's why in some cases this is also accepted, but it depends on the exact application process, it depends on your caseworker and so on. So this is something I cannot guarantee you. In general, there's no guarantee. Because unfortunately you will get different information depending on whom you talk to, what kind of authority you work with, and so on. So if you want to be on the safe side, I would recommend you to apply for a statement of comparability. And I will tell you at the end of the video how you can get it a bit faster than usual if you apply for an EU Blue Card. This brings me to the second question, and that's a question by T. So T has studied at a university that is listed on the Anabin database with an H+ status. And also T's general degree type is also mentioned on the Anabin database, but the specific degree name is not listed. And that's, I think, a case that I have also seen quite often. Now, in this case, T is saying that the company that he or she is going to work for in Germany has already applied for a labor market approval, and this approval has also been granted. This raises the question if the actual name of the degree has to be listed or not in order to get a work visa or an EU Blue Card for Germany. This is a special case because I think T had a lot of luck. In general, I see many cases where candidates ask me what to do if the university is rated as H+, but the exact degree name is not listed. Maybe just a general type of degree or something similar. So usually your exact degree name has to be listed. That's the general regulation. But as you can see, like in the case of T, you can also get lucky. So if the labor market approval was already granted, then the chances of getting a visa are very high. But in general, if the degree is not listed, the specific degree name, then it's recommended to get a statement of comparability to make sure that you actually get your visa or residence permit. A quick reminder before we look at the last question, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I think now is a very, very good point of time to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. The third question was asked by Hassan. So Hassan has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and he ran a search on the Anabin database and found out that his master's degree is recognized, but the bachelor's degree is not. So here the question is if he has to submit both degrees, or if submitting the master's degree is sufficient to get a visa for Germany. Here, I think I have good news for you. It's completely sufficient if only one of your degrees is recognized. And for instance, if you have only a master's degree that is recognized, but the bachelor's degree isn't, it's completely fine. You only have to submit documents for one degree. What you have to watch out for, though, is that the degree needs to be in line with your job profile. So for instance, if you are working in a business role or in a marketing role, then you have to have a degree in business studies or in marketing or something similar. Otherwise, there may be an issue. So if you have 2 degrees in different domains, just make sure that, and if both of them are recognized, just make sure that you submit the right one to avoid any kind of issues. And also, if only one of them is listed, just run a quick check and make sure that this works out. Now, I mentioned in 2 of my earlier answers that you can speed up the process to get a statement of comparability if you are a blue card applicant. And all you need to do is to fill out an extra form when submitting the application for the statement of comparability. And I think you also have to submit your work contract along with that and so on. And then the whole administration and review will only take 2 weeks instead of several months. So if you have the option, if you're not 100% sure about the recognition of your degree, then this would be a very good step to take in the meantime. If you still have these 2 weeks of time, maybe until your visa appointment comes up, you could submit this. Usually the fee is about 200 euros. So of course that's a bit of an investment. That's up to you. But if you're interested in applying for the statement of comparability, I will share a link with you here in the comments for this extra EU Blue Card form. That was it for today. If you have any additional questions about the Anabin database or also about Blue Card applications, work visa applications in general, leave your comments here under the post. We will try to look into them. And also we have a great visa pre-check on our website. We offer great relocation services. So if you are looking for help, take a look at our website as well. All the best.